Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy George coming back with another bullish video. And if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. And if you're returning, you're an OG. And today, I'm going to be talking about internet computer, ICP, what I believe is the most undervalued crypto in the market. And I'm going to get straight to X because we have a lot that we need to talk about today. And we're starting with a post from Paul Atkins. And it says, I'm pleased to share the SEC approved in-kind creations and redemptions for crypto ETPs. The approval continues to build a rational regulatory framework for crypto, leading to a deeper, more dynamic market, which will benefit all American investors. And let's read what the post says. It's a new day at the SEC, and the key priority of my chairmanship is developing a fit for purpose regulatory framework for crypto asset markets. I am pleased the commission approved these orders permitting in-kind creations and redemptions for a host of crypto asset ETPs. Investors will benefit from these approvals as they will make these products less costly and more efficient. Today's approvals continue to build a rational regulatory framework for crypto, leading to a deeper and more dynamic market, which will benefit all American investors. This decision aligns with the standard practices for similar ETPs. So you guys are probably wondering, what does that mean? And I have an explanation right here. And thank you, the Commodore, for the explanation. And it's an explanation from Grok. And I hope this helps. So before, crypto ETPs like Bitcoin's ETFs were allowed, but they were limited to cash creations and redemptions. This means that when investors or authorized participants, big financial firms, wanted to create or redeem shares of a crypto ETF, they had to use cash. The ETF manager would then use that cash to buy or sell the underlying crypto like Bitcoin on the market. This process could lead to extra cost, tax issues, and less efficiency because it involved converting cash to crypto and back. Now, the SEC has approved in-kind creations and redemptions for crypto ETPs. This means that instead of using cash, investors or authorized participants can directly exchange the actual crypto asset, example Bitcoin or Ethereum, with the ETFs for shares and vice versa. This mimics how traditional ETFs work with stocks or bonds and is expected to reduce cost, less buying/selling on the open market, improve tax efficiency, fewer taxable events, make the markets more flexible and aligned with the value of the underlying crypto. Why it matters. Before, the cash only rule created a barrier for crypto ETPs, making them less efficient than traditional ETFs. The new in-kind process brings crypto ETPs closer to the standard ETF model, potentially making them attractive to investors and fostering a deeper crypto market in the US. So while we already had crypto ETFs, the change upgrades how they operate, making them more like traditional ETFs with direct asset exchanges rather than cash transactions. So that's the explanation right there, you guys. Just be on the lookout for that. And now we got our next post from Watcher Guru, and it says, just in, BlackRock predicts the Federal Reserve will not lower interest rates tomorrow. So you see that BlackRock is saying that the Federal Reserve will not lower interest rates tomorrow. So let's see what's going to happen with that. And now we got a back-to-back from Watcher Guru. It says, just in, SEC officially allows crypto ETFs to create and redeem shares using Bitcoin and Ethereum directly instead of cash. So as you guys can see, this is big news because this is going to save people money. Now we got something from Michael Saylor. Strategy has acquired 21,021 Bitcoin for $2.46 billion at 117,256 per Bitcoin and has achieved Bitcoin yield of 25% YTD 2025. As of 7/29/2025, we hodl 628,791 Bitcoin acquired for 46.08 billion at 73,277 per Bitcoin. So just be aware, Michael Saylor is still accumulating Bitcoin, which means you shouldn't be scared to accumulate altcoins. All right, next post. And we got something from AM Speed from the ICP gang. Let's go. And it says breaking. Internet Computer is doing more on-chain transactions than Solana. And all other blockchains combined. I use the same platform as this guy. When you add more ICP, his statement becomes false. Same platform. Only 3 billion FDV market cap. Solana at. So y'all see this. Let's see what the other guy said. It says just in 90% of total transactions on chain are happening on Solana. Y'all see. And it says this is false. Add the Internet Computer as a comparison. Same platform. So you guys see this. Internet Computer is beating Solana. And remember, Solana is all the way up in the top 10 at number 6. We're all the way down here at 38. So just keep that in mind when investing. You're looking for things that are undervalued. So now we got something from World of Statistics. 3 years ago, Bitcoin was at 20K and now it's at 118,800. Ethereum was at 220, now it's at 3,880. Nvidia was at $12, now 173. Palantir $5, now 159. Meta $80, now 713. Supermicro 27, now 970. Netflix $185, now 1,180. So that just shows within 3 years what can happen. And remember, y'all, ICP came on the market in 2021. So just know we're still super early into the cycle. And we're still super early into ICP in general. So don't sleep on the coin. And now we got another post from Peter Schiff. It says, in the future, when people think of inflation, they won't think of Biden or even Carter. Trump will go down as the inflation president. We're going to see about that. And we got something from Unusual Whales. Earthquake upgrade to 8.8. Hawaii and California coastlines have tsunami warning. Man, y'all, hey, pray for your boy. Pray for my family too in Hawaii. And now we got something from Marcus AI ICP. CK Bitcoin is about to explode on ICP. Over 10 Bitcoin added in under 24 hours. If we continue with this speed, we will break 1,000 CK Bitcoin in under 2 months. And let's go, you guys. Don't sleep on CK Bitcoin. The chain key ain't playing, man. And also, Monkey DJ, my guy, he said momentum is building fast. At this pace, ICP will redefine on-chain Bitcoin. Let's go. And we got another one from Monkey DJ back to back. Why settle for half an NFT? ICP gives you full ownership, image, metadata, logic, all on chain. And that's the new paradigm. And he was replying to ICP Hub Indonesia. NFTs on ICP are 100% on chain, 100% owned by you, 100% growing. And y'all see that ICP is ranked among the top NFT projects by social activity, indicating that community and attention around the Internet Computer NFTs are growing strong. Momentum is building across the ecosystem. See the stats. And these are the stats right here, you guys. So do not sleep on ICP, you guys, and just don't sleep on the market in general. This is a good time to be investing. Okay. Hey, we got another one from Monkey DJ. And it says, cloud promises ease, but ICP plus Juno delivers power and freedom. Let's see. He's replying to Definity. And the photo says Project Spotlight, how Juno aims to put developers back in control. It says, The modern cloud promises scale, but often at the cost of control. For David Dalbusco, that was a call to action. He built Juno build on the internet computer to give developers the tools they need. With the twist, you're always in charge. With Juno, never start from a blank page again. Get all the essential tools like auth, storage, and hosting out of the box. Maintain 100% control of your apps, data, and funds. No intermediaries. Focus on building your unique vision, not reinventing the wheel. We sat down with David to discuss the project's origins and his mission to empower the builders. Read the full project spotlight. So go check that out on Medium, you guys. You guys see that. It says launch faster, scale smarter, own everything. This is the next gen dev stack. Let's go. And on to the next post. So we got something from Unusual Wells. It says a 100K salary in January 2020 has the same buying power as 124,353 in April 2025, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. In other words, if you haven't received a raise since 2020, higher inflation feels like losing 24,000 of your salary. Now that's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. And we got a post from, I think Elon Musk shared this. We got a post from Elon Musk sharing a post from Rothmus. And it says, how many times have you walked into a room and literally everyone was staring at their phone? And it's a robot talking to a human saying, we're here to replace you. And it just shows a bunch of robots on their phone. Imagine that, AI using AI. That's wild. So on to the next post. And this is from Adam Livingston. Bitcoin's final attack. Corporate adoption of Bitcoin is the final speculative attack on fiat currency. Let me explain the game theory that every CFO will eventually realize. A speculative attack is when actors borrow a weaker currency, buy a stronger one, and let the inflation destroy the debt. It's what George Soros did to the Bank of England in 1992, but now it's not hedge funds attacking nations. It's public companies attacking fiat itself. Oh, so that's why people don't like George Soros. And it says, Bitcoin treasury companies are the new speculators, except instead of shorting fiat directly, they weaponize capital markets. Raise dollars, buy Bitcoin, wait for fiat to bleed out. They arbitrage trust, time, and energy across balance sheets. It's beautiful. Every dollar a public company converts into Bitcoin becomes a permanent vacuum on fiat liquidity. The fiat never returns. If sold once, it's sold once, used to buy Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin is locked away. Now imagine that on corporate balance sheets across the S&P 500. You get it yet? The MSTR, and I think that's MicroStrategy, showed the playbook. Raise cheap fiat, buy perfect money. 8.2 in depth. 770,000 Bitcoin, worth 71.6 billion. 10x plus Bitcoin per share growth. Market cap went vertical. This is when the first speculative attack of the fiat endgame. Every CFO now holds the detonator. Here's the kicker. You don't need 100% of corporations to do this. You just need a few hundred. And we're already seeing it happen. Every company that front runs the other compresses the Bitcoin float. And everyone that lags will pay exponentially higher prices. Game Theory 101. My bad, y'all. I just wanted to look at that. Man, what is they doing? My bad, y'all. Hey, stay on the video. I'm not done, y'all. Not done. My bad, you guys. All right. And then it says ETFs are passive. Corporate treasuries are aggressive. An ETF buys Bitcoin once. A treasury company raises new fiat to buy more Bitcoin faster with leverage. This capital warfare sped up using intelligent leverage. Every corporate buyer forces fiat into a corner. Denominator dies, scarcity hardens, supply dries up. Fiat can't fight back because printing only speeds up the attack. There is no defense, only delay. The entire fiat system is based on one lie, that people will hold paper when harder capital exists. Corporate Bitcoin adoption is exposing that lie at scale on earning calls in SEC filing and through balance sheet gravity. This is hyper Bitcoinization in real time. You are watching fiat die, not with a bang, but with quarterly earnings reports. One company at a time, one buy at a time, one stack at a time. The end game isn't retail, it's corporate capital warlords pillaging fiat with a smile. When fiat collapses, historians will say it was inevitable. But here's the truth. It collapsed the moment CFOs realized they could borrow fake money to buy real money and never give it back. Ooh. So y'all see that? Just be aware, you guys. It's a lot going on right now. It's what I would like to call the great shift. And like I said, I was thinking about this earlier too. That's one reason why I feel like Bitcoin can't get too powerful. The simple fact is these different CEOs and CFOs, they can go out and buy billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. And they can easily just control Bitcoin. Basically, whoever has the biggest supply of Bitcoin has the most control when they feel like selling it. But on to the next post from Coin Bureau. And we got Charles Hoskinson. And it says 88 can 1000x, Bitcoin can't. Charles Hoskinson. Charles says Bitcoin might 10x, but 88 can go 100x or even 1000x. He mocked, oh sure, let's sell 88 for Bitcoin so we can make less money. And like I told y'all, 88 is cool, but ICP is way better than 88.
Why don't you just convert all your ADA to Bitcoin? It's like, okay, so we can make less money as an ecosystem.
You think ADA will still outperform BTC in the future?
Of course, because how much farther can Bitcoin go? Maybe to 1 million.
He not lying though, y'all, and this is why I'm messing with ICP.
Okay, it's a 10x. ADA can go 100x, 1000x over this. It's like, guys, we're not a second-class citizen. Cardano does substantially more, and because of Bitcoin DeFi, it's going to end up probably being the yield layer of Bitcoin. Why don't you just convert all your...
Man, chain key Bitcoin is going to be that layer. Be like, all right, Charles, man. But now we got something from Sahil Bloom. And it says, the older I get, the more I realize you can get pretty damn far in life by just doing what most people avoid. Wake up early, focus deeply, move daily, be present, have difficult conversations. Recipe for a good life. So just remember, you realize that you can get pretty far in life just doing what other people avoid. So always do what other people avoid. Do something that's boring to you, because that's what's going to make you better more than likely. Now we got something from Bravo's research. Caution, world debt has now surpassed 300 trillion. My bad. This is not looking good. So just know, it's a lot going on right now while Bitcoin is going up. So we got something from the Kobeezy letter, and it says U.S. consumers are piling into credit card debt like never before. Total U.S. credit card debt hit 1.1 trillion in the week ending July 16th, matching a record high set in May. Year to date, credit card debt has risen by 17 billion. Since April 2021, it has surged by a whopping 363 billion. That's an average increase of 7.3 billion per month. The best part, this does not include buy now, pay later spending, which is projected to hit a record 116.7 billion per year. Americans are fighting inflation with credit card debt. Hey, people is fighting inflation with credit card debt. So it's just like, hey man, price is going up. F it, I'm gonna put it on my credit card. It's crazy because the homie was telling me today too, like some people that he know, they just let their cars go straight to collection, just get another one. They said, yeah, we gonna go back to wherever we gonna go because they not from, the United States. They gonna go back to another country. They don't care about debt. So just know a lot of people don't care about debt, but I do. So now we got something from No BS Crypto, and it says, these are reports that Amazon Web Services, AWS, could be valued at trillions. For reference, AWS powers Netflix, Spotify, Goldman Sachs, Zoom, NASA satellites, Epic game servers. They've become essential in the digital economy. ICP is essentially AWS but on Web3. Imagine the same utility but now fully decentralized and permissionless. Infrastructure hosting, executing AI and LLMs, cloud storage, decentralized identity. No AWS, no middlemen, no gatekeepers. This is Web3 native cloud infrastructure. The next AWS is being built and it's on chain. Let's go. And let's read what the photo says. However, Bloomberg Intelligence Analysis, Anurag Rana, who estimated the value of AWS at 1.5 trillion to 2 trillion, said Microsoft could be better positioned than Amazon Web Services and Alphabet Google as enterprise accelerated their shift to a hybrid cloud model, given its strong footprint in on-premise IT. And this is what I'm saying, you guys. If they're talking about Amazon and AWS doing all of this, and we have a decentralized version of that, and remember, right now people are still speculating on Bitcoin. You heard Charles Hoskinson himself say, Cardano does way more than Bitcoin. Cardano can 1000x. ICP does more than Cardano and every other crypto ahead of it. So you're telling me that ICP has no chance of going up? Hey, man, I don't know what to say. Hey, you might be actually a little slow, actually, now that I think about it. But now we got something from Dividend Growth, and it says this is very true. And this is a quote from Charlie Munger. The point of getting rich is so you don't have to go work with people you don't like or get along with people you don't want to. That's real though right there, y'all. So remember that. And just remember, y'all, in a few years, all the doubters are going to be mad and be like, oh, nah, it's cool, bro. It's cool because we not tripping, bro. We stacking because we know that we're in something that's actually powerful. So now we got something from Right Angle News Network. It has been revealed that $100 million raised for Los Angeles fire victims was funneled over to 188 NGOs, many unrelated to the fire, including musician charities and NGOs whose whole entire job is to raise money for other NGOs. So we got some shady business going on, y'all, some shady business. And now we got something from Watcher Guru, and it says just in, Standard Chartered Bank says Ethereum treasury companies could buy 10% of all Ethereum. So be on the lookout, Ethereum holders. Now we got something from Mitch. Caffeine AI is becoming a daily activity. Had 10 minutes to spare. Wanted to take on something easy. I give you my personal link tree. Bro, this is crazy. Let's see. Is this through Caffeine? Let's see. Hey, my boy got his own link tree. So don't sleep on ICP, you guys, because we got our own link tree going, y'all. And my bad, y'all. Got our own link tree. Hey, good stuff, Mitch. So just know, everybody who has a code, when they're bored, the same way you may go on ChatGPT and ask it a random question, they're going on Caffeine AI and building a random app. Now that's futuristic right there, you guys. If I ain't heard anything futuristic today, that's the most futuristic thing I've heard. So now we got something from Vivek Sen. 100 billion Coinbase CEO just said every G20 country is looking to buy Bitcoin for their reserve. What a time to be alive. And I'm actually speed this up too. So let's go.
Yeah, well, President Trump passed this executive order creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve and then a crypto asset stockpile to hold some of these other ones as well. A lot of people don't know, but the U.S. actually holds strategic reserves of a number of different assets. So gold is probably the most famous one, but there's a bunch of other ones that they hold. Like there's an oil strategic reserve.
Hey, all the people doubting ICP gonna feel dumb when people start doing research on cryptos and the ICP starts coming out on all the reports talking about we have a blockchain that can compete with AWS and Google. And then people gonna be like, oh shit, which one is that? Oh, it's only at this much dollars? $50? Yeah, all right.
There's like palladium. I think there's a bunch of like rare minerals. And so it's kind of a historic step where the United States government is saying, actually, we think Bitcoin is another strategic asset which should be held by the US government. This would have been unthinkable, by the way, like 5 years ago, where the government was so skeptical of it. And now like the United States government is holding us.
Just 5 years ago, the government was skeptical of Bitcoin. Fast forward 5 years later, now they're talking about it becoming digital gold. And ICP 3 years ago was blackballed. And now we're creating Caffeine AI, the new paradigm of the internet, the new paradigm of deving. You will be dumb not to get into ICP. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just crazy.
A stockpile of these Bitcoin assets. So that was a huge moment. It kind of, by the way, now that the US is doing this, I think like the rest of the G20 countries and central banks are all starting to look at this. It just kind of instantly legitimized it. And President Trump, to his credit, he said he wants to be the first crypto president in the United States and certainly in the world. Like he's all in on this. He's like, America has to lead here. This is a technology to update the financial system and become a financial center of the world, which is important for American power.
Trump is a businessman, man. Of course he gonna get in on the action.
So he's kind of gone all in on it. And I think the rest of the G20 are now looking at this as a model to follow.
Man, nice work. But
Bro got that Flying Dutchman bald head right there. But nah, there's nothing wrong with that. So now we got something from Matthew Capucci. It says, a few things we know. Biggest quake in 14 years. 8.8 is incredible. Mega thrust quake. Pacific plate slide underneath Okhotsk plate. Very favorable for damaging tsunami. Tsunami already observed in Kamchatka Peninsula. Vertical displacement of seafloor. So just be prepared, man. Just know the craziest thing that could happen, crypto could be going up, everything, but nobody can stop a natural disaster. So we got something from Documenting Sailor. President Trump calls Bitcoin amazing. Says it's fueling job creation across America. Is it really, Donald? Let's go. All right, I'm going to speed this up, actually.
And I was in Bitcoin then, not knowing if I was going to do it a third time. So it's become amazing. I mean, it's the jobs that it produces. And I notice more and more you pay in Bitcoin. I mean, people are saying it takes a lot.
It's crazy hearing the jobs it produces, and then we read the reports about the job reports and everything.
Of pressure off the dollar, and it's a great thing for our country. So I don't care about investing. I have I have kids and they invest in different things. They do believe in it, but I'm president, and what I did do there is build an industry that's very important. And if we didn't have it, China would. Okay. And I was in.
Bro, y'all hear how many people tried to ask a question at the end? Said, "Row, row, row, row."
Have it, China would. Okay.
Like, oh my goodness. But now we got something from Yagami ICP, and they talking about Oshi. Let's see what Oshi talking about. In crypto, launching a token or setting up vesting, locking tokens so they unlock over time usually requires developers, smart contracts, and technical tools. Oshi makes that simple, especially for projects building on the internet computer blockchain. So don't sleep on Oshi, you guys. Remember, people are building on the internet computer. So we already had devs building on the internet computer before Caffeine AI. Now we have people building with Caffeine AI. So just remember, ICP is slowly but surely going up, you guys. So now we got a breaking news from Crypto Goes. A whale just opened a 76 million Bitcoin long position with 40x leverage. He must know something. Hey, he trying to get ready for the bull market. He thinks that Bitcoin gonna do something crazy. So now we got something from Marlon Hank. Based on Keynote's dev update, it's not going to be a Caffeine AI token. Thanks to Definity Deck, I've missed that Keynote update while I was in Marbella. Let's see what this says. Is there going to be a Caffeine AI token? I'm sorry, but the knowledge sources do not contain any information about Caffeine AI tokens or plans to launch a token specifically for Caffeine AI. While Caffeine is highlighted as a new AI-driven conversation-based development platform on the internet computer, and there are references to its alpha launch and how to apply for early access, there is no mention of a dedicated token for Caffeine AI in the provided materials. If such a token were to be announced, it would likely be covered in future official updates or roadmaps released from the Definity Foundation or the Caffeine team themselves. Major announcements and Keynote Developer Weekly updates June 25, 2025. So just be aware of that, you guys. People are saying there shouldn't be a Caffeine AI token, and I hope there isn't. So now we got something from Core, and it says, ICP is heating up, quietly climbing while no one's watching. Next breakout could melt faces. And let's see, bro. Let's see. We got something from Darth Powell. The why is important. Today's housing market is so upside down. There are more senior citizens buying homes than Gen Z and millennials. Hey, y'all. All of us Gen Z and millennials, we need to step it up. We need to go crazy on the Bitcoin. Because we already know all the older folks, they got more money. So them dropping 10K, 20K, 50K into Bitcoin and getting a good return is nothing. But we got to get out there and we got to grind so we can get more money. So now we got something from Jack Dorsey. It says Bitcoin falls. So it's from Trending Bitcoin. It says Jack Dorsey says Bitcoin falling by being irrelevant. It becomes irrelevant if it's only a store of value and not used for everyday payments. And I'm going to put this bet up too, y'all. Let me get to it. Here we go.
So let's fast forward to the future, and Bitcoin has failed. How did it fail?
I think it fails through irreverent.
I personally think it fails if they don't actually integrate with the internet computer.
Irrelevance. Like it fails to be relevant to people on a daily basis. If it just ends up being store value and nothing more, I don't think it gains relevance at all. Like I think it has to be payments for it to be relevant on the everyday. Otherwise, it's just something you kind of buy and forget and only use in emergency situations or when you want to get liquid again. So I think,
like I said, you guys, don't sleep on ICP. It has way more utility than Bitcoin.
if it doesn't transition to payments and find that everyday use case, it just gets increasingly irrelevant. And that's failure to me.
Hey, Charles Hoskinson is right. Even Cardano has more use cases than Bitcoin. Now we got something from Altcoin Daily. It says SEC acknowledges BlackRock's filing to add staking to its Ethereum ETF. That was confusing. It said ETH and ETF. I thought those are the same words twice. You see that BlackRock is getting in on the action with Ethereum too, not just Bitcoin. And now we got something from Chief. The ICP space is more dead than ever. All that's left are schizos and bag holders. Bro, that one kind of hurt, man. Because I'm schizo, bro. That's messed up, bro. But nah, not really. But that is messed up, bro, because it's more than just schizo and bag holders. It's also people that are deving. But hey, man, F you. Now, just kidding. So now we got something from Party Has. Bro, you funny, man. It says, Eric Trump thinks ICP is a better investment than real estate. Source, trust me, bro. Someone actually said, does he really? Hey, bro, you don't read the source, bro. It says, trust me, bro. But nah, actually, I do believe that he said that, bro. I do believe that he said that. And now we got something from Wrecked Fencer. Altcoins just printed new golden cross. The last two signals on total 3 led to multiple month pumps. Bears are about to get liquidated. Bears are about to get liquidated. And just know that fourth quarter going to be crazy, y'all. So now we got something from Geek Chains. And it says, the amount of FUD Definity receives is so big. Unbelievable. Do you think other projects get that amount of FUD? No. You want to know why? Because they are not feared. When fear is on the horizon, you are on the right path. I sense fear. I smell fear. Fear everywhere. And that's true, bro. Because the only other crypto I've ever seen get this much hate and FUD was XRP. So just know ICP has the ultimate tech, the most advanced tech, and they just got a bunch of people that's just hating on it because we are truly decentralized. Of course, people are going to hate on you when you got something they don't have. So now we got something from the Kobeezy letter. It says a massive short squeeze is underway. The 5-day moving average of net call volumes for the most shorted stock jumped to 4.2 million, the second highest on record. That's nearly in line with the peak levels seen during the 2021 meme stock mania. Call volume for the most shorted names has quadrupled over the last few weeks. At the same time, the 5-day moving average of net call volume for all other stocks has doubled, reaching 10 million, the highest in 4 years. Shorts are being liquidated. So look at that chart right there, you guys. We're reaching new records. And now I got something from the Omnity network. And it says, Bitcoin's security and liquidity are unmatched, but its programmability has been limited until now. REE is ushering in a new era for Bitcoin, bringing Turing-complete programmability so Bitcoin Fi devs can build EVM and Solana-style DeFi natively on chain. And you see this is the old Bitcoin, just a store of value. And this is the new Bitcoin, swaps, NFTs, runes, lending all on L1s. So Omnity is allowing Bitcoin to become something better. Hey, y'all, stop sleeping on ICP, man. So now we got something from Cointelegraph. History. 15 years ago today, Satoshi said, if you don't believe me or don't get it, I don't have to try to convince you. Sorry. Dang, Satoshi not playing, and that's how I feel. We don't got to convince nobody about ICP. Go do your own research, man. So now we got something from Well Guru. I can smell a huge pump. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and alts about to go parabolic. We gonna see, bro. And now we got the last post of the day from my boy Monkey Degen. ICP gives builders an all-in-one stack to create full-stack Web3 dApps, not just smart contracts. And he's replying to D-Finance. Let's go. It says the perks of being 100% on-chain on ICP. True decentralized infrastructure, high performance, low cost, advanced data handling and storage, interoperability with other chains, scalability. Did we miss anything? And Ayush put, you nailed it. But let's add one more. Native AI capabilities. So just remember, you guys, ICP is doing what other blockchains can't. We're currently in the 38th spot, but it's all right. You know why? Because when we up there in the top 10, all the doubters going to be mad. But all I got to say is, if you're not invested into ICP, I don't know what you're doing. Thank you, and y'all bless.